Hey people, it's your blind buddy coming in here at y'all again. I'm it's something I don't want to get myself involved in doing too much of, cause like I said, it'll be too easy to get entangled in and intertwined in the things of the world. But you know, when I heard it, like I said, I just heard about it today. I didn't even know what's done been going on. They were talking about these people getting caught up in a rapture. They went and gave all their stuff away and everything like that. And you know, and it's like I feel bad, and I only feel bad because the lack of knowledge, you know, that people would have on a subject. That's why I say you got to look on the inside yourself. You understand what I'm saying?
I
do. If you look on the inside yourself, you'll know you can't force God's hand. We're constantly trying to force God's hand. You understand what I'm saying?
And we can't make him do anything.
Exactly. So, you know, over there in South Africa, you know, they got this, it's South Africa, and they said it was a woman that told it. Like this, you let this man, like I said, this woman this man let this woman talk him into, you know, a prophecy. I'm like, really, man? You know, this don't make no sense.
No, a lot of yammy too about it.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of unnecessary. It's like in the spirit that's on the inside of you don't even tell you when you fix to lay in. You understand what I'm saying? When you wake up, when your eyes are open, is when you know where you at. You understand what I'm saying? And while you in the flesh, your eyes could be open, and you'll know where you at. Still, you'll know where you are going to be. Because your soul, people don't realize, God is not bashful. I'm not, you know, with me, with doing what I do, I let the Spirit speak to me. I ain't trying to force God's hand. I'm making sure I'm gonna stay ready. I'm gonna stay ready. Cause if I stay ready, I ain't ever got to get ready. Now, all these people that gave their stuff away, they gave their children away, I'm like, man, come on, man. You know you're blind if you gave your children away. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You think God gonna just come down and rescue you and take you and leave your children behind? What did your children do?
And then you give them the child protective services.
Yeah, you gave your children to the enemy and went to wait on God to come take you out.
Oh, come on.
Really, man?
I don't.
This is not trying to cause any division with anybody. I'm just, you want people, look, you have to understand, this world is full of trickery. Listen to the knowledge. Hear the knowledge. And stop trying to run on your own people. We live in a microwavable world where everybody think everything is supposed to just be instant gratification. What, you want some microwavable salvation? You want some instant, what do they call it? Instant gratification when it comes to saving your soul. You go out and, you know, well, this is a great gift of faith, a show of faith. I'm gonna just give everything away, God. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you find out you didn't get what you wanted, now you go back and try to rekindle everything that you say you gave away by faith. Now that God didn't do what you want him to do, now you're gonna go back and try. You ain't proved nothing. You ain't did nothing. Everything you did was in vain. And you wonder why. So everybody out there that went out there was on the same accord. Ain't nobody looked at nobody bunkum on the way out there. Ain't nobody standing out there with no impure thoughts. You got some people out there that don't give their children away. Some people still sitting out there thinking after 12 o'clock, but man, I hope I can get my car back. Some of them probably gave it to people that, hey man, if this don't happen, I'm gonna come back and get my stuff back.
Those people are like, yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a gift.
And so it's like, you know, if you're gonna say you serving God, to the point of where you think God's finna rapture you and take you out. Well, why was you expecting God to come and get you and take you to his house? What if he'd asked you where your children was at? Huh? Yeah. What if he'd asked you who you gave all your stuff to? And you gave it to somebody, and you gave all your money away, and the person you gave it to, the night you gave it to them, went out there and overdosed on some drugs. Or gave some money to somebody that got them killed. Everything that you had as a worldly possession, you gave it to somebody to release yourself of a problem and release your problem on somebody else. And then you want God to come down here and rapture you up and take you out. Take you out. In the spirit is where you're supposed to dwell. As long as, see, we keep on focusing on these outside things and not realizing the outside forces is the ones that run the outside things that we pay so much focus to. I heard somebody come in and say, well, somebody need to check on the Americans. You know, this ain't, all of it, everybody, Christian, belief, religion, all this is poured over into something where now it's been made a public spectacle of. They've been made a public spectacle of the rapture, doomsday. They're making mockery. Not realize that, God has the final say. Always and forevermore. So when you decide you're going to do some mocking, remember God has the final say. Now, I'm not mocking anybody for what this is a tragic situation to me. It's tragic. Because it makes truth hard to believe. When you got people out here, Jesus made a promise. Jesus made a promise.
He did.
Now the Bible spoke of a rapture, but a lot of people don't even know what that consists of. They think it's one that Jesus just going. The second coming of Christ is already here, man. People don't want to understand it. The second coming of Christ has always been. With the day when Jesus left and the Spirit come back, that was the second coming of Christ right there. Mm-hmm. If you can't walk with Christ in you, what good is it gonna do for him to come back down here and take you back where? You ain't even walking with the Christ that's in you. You understand what I'm saying? People, we down here, the Christ is in us. We ain't paying no attention, but we looking for Christ to come floating out the sky on a pearly white donkey to take us back up into the clouds and go where? And do what with you? You gonna leave the Christ that's in you behind? Huh? The Christ that's in you ain't gonna get raptured. Do you think there's another separate Christ that's just gonna come down and pick up your soul and leave the Christ that's in you behind? Come on, man. Being able to rightfully divide the word of truth from the word of evil. You get to following around the word of evil will have you looking like a fool in the end.
Right.
It had you thinking that you pronouncing off truth when you should know on the inside of you where God is. If you don't look, then you will never find, and you will walk around in this world and you will be constantly blind, being tricked by the enemy every single time. And that right there, you can put it in a book and call it a nursery rhyme. Tick tock, tick tock. You're about to run out of time. You better find you a place where you can see a space, where you can get on your face and ask God for his amazing grace, that you can get out this hell-bound place. Understand me when I tell you, Stop looking for a rapture, because you may not want to understand what it is if it come to get you. And you arrive in a place. If the rapture come to get you and you arrive in a place, what you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do if the rapture come to get you and then take you to the place? You sit there, you'll be white as a ghost. Because you wouldn't know what to do. Because you ain't spent no time while you had breath. This is in judgment. So, where you gonna arrive in judgment when you've already been judged? Everything we guilty of everything God said we guilty of here. There ain't not one down here not guilty. So understand, your guilt has to be proven without a shadow of a doubt to God that you ain't guilty of because you didn't participate in. You want to look like something that belongs to God, then you got to act like something that belongs to God. You can't participate in the things that don't belong to God and call yourself godly. It just don't work. I don't care how you perfume it, how you curl it up. I don't care what you do to it. If it's not in conjunction with God, then you doing it for nothing. It's in vain. All your efforts are in vain. You want to know when the rapture is? Do what's right and you'll find out. Stop looking for somebody else to tell you what it is to think you're going to get a coattail ride, a free coattail ride on into the kingdom. It don't work that way. God is not stupid. God created the earth. What did you create? That you think you're going to be able to outsmart the creator? What is you stupid? You got to be flat out stupid to think you're going to outdo the one, or you think you smarter than the one that created the earth that you live in. As well as your flesh-filled, dusty bone ass body. And you think you're going to outsmart the omnipotent one with your impotent ass. You got to be kidding me. And this world full of people like that. And who you think you are? Guess what? I'm a speaker that know what need to be spoken, and I don't care a flip about what you think, because what you think can go in a tank. Yeah? You can pass out what you think all day long. I ain't got to stop and pick up nail piece of what you think and take it with me. You can keep what you think with you by yourself, all by your lonesome, because I don't need none of what you think on nail part of me in my pocket, because it has no value to me of what you think. I speak what needs to be spoken. If you don't like it, I'm sorry that you wasn't awoken. But the truth will always be, whether or not you want to see. You ain't gonna never change the fact that I'm gonna always be me, and that's where I'm gonna be. In the place where I'm supposed to be. And if you don't want to be, then you don't have to be. But the truth will always be where you are, or you don't have to be in it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's where it's going to ride. See y'all next time.